This is the story of Woodworkers' first natural waterproofing product line called Turpentine, which is made from the resin that extracted from the longleaf pine tree from the Cape Fear River region of North Carolina. The story will tell how the product was distilled by Rufus Enright, an enslaved worker, from the plantation of James R. Grist. To see how the product was used by Master Caulker Elijah Bowles on one of the last wooden ships, tapping the oakum deep in the seams between the wood and sealed with a coating of tar that kept the ship afloat in the worst of storms. Well, look at that. I can make both of those. Alan was fortunate to own over 6,000 acres of longleaf pine trees that were perfect for resin production. His field managers recommended that they talk with one of the enslaved workers, Jim Enright. It was rumored that Enright knew how to build a tar kiln. Morning, folks. Tar fires? Sure, I've made them. My daddy taught me back in my home in Kenya when it was a colony of Sweden, before I come here. They stacked up dead pine trees from the forest floor. As the heat from the burning wood mass would slowly rise, resin would drop down to the bottom of the hole into the wooden pipe and drop by drop into the bucket. Yes, I'll teach you the basics. resin drops could be scraped off the tree into a box. Then the resin would be boiled. The barrels of turpentine were taken by the wagon. You got turpentine? Good. I'm loading up 2 freighters bound for England. In the 1750s, the Royal Navy established a wharf to receive and ship naval stores in Brunswick, North Carolina. Well, thank you, gentlemen. Okay, crew. Keep our supplies safe all the way to England. These mates were drilled in memorizing the 3 objectives of waterproofing. Hey, Dickie, why don't you read that off? Our first objective is to ensure that there is sufficient oakum, tar, and paint mixed with turpentine in our warehouse to handle all emergencies. That's right. Second, if a ship arrives at dry dock, our job is to remove all barnacles from the hull and to burnish the deck so no one will slip. That's important, mate. Third, our key job is to force oakum into the seams and waterproof all surfaces with tar or paint. You got that? No gaps.
Sorry to interrupt, sir, but the HMS Alex has asked for assistance and wants to be admitted to our dry dock.
Okay, no more training. It's time for work. Elijah and his crew then opened the dry dock, allowing the water to come in and guided the gunship into the dry dock. The caulker makes and the enslaved workers then pumped the water out of the dry dock and began to scrape the barnacles off the hull. Up top on the deck, the captain found some gaps between the deck timbers and asked the caulkers to seal those holes. One of the mates then brought his materials and twisted some hemp and oakum and mixed in some tar. The addition of the turpentine thinned the flaxseed oil base to flow easily on the wooden deck.
Ooh, baby, I'm looking right at you.